Why didn't CK's parents show up to his funeral? Their absence reveal who Erica Kirk really is. If you didn't know, Erica actually knew Trump even before she met CK. People think she could be a honeypot. Basically, it means a beautiful, usually very intelligent woman who are intentionally put next to a man in rising power as a way to control him, motivate him, and keep him going on that track. Erica was a beauty pageant queen. She's Miss Arizona, and she ran for Miss USA in 2012, which was owned by Trump at the time. She is 5 years older than CK, and she was a double major, had a doctorate law degree. She's also modeled, acted, a casting director. The list just keeps going. When she met CK during a job interview in 2018, she already had very successful careers, and CK was so much more successful once he aligned himself with her. That's why his death turned into a political move. This is a moment where the Republican Party was starting to fracture over the Epstein files. This happens. It unites everybody. It's also why CK's parents stayed away. All they wanted was to grieve their son in peace. Why didn't CK's parents show?
Water is also very dangerous on the space station because we have a lot of electricity. So we need to be very careful not to spill it.
All right, you hear that, Catherine? You have to be very careful with the water, okay? Now just don't go splashing it all over the place. All right? Well, what did I just say? Maybe Gary's doing better. Gary, how you doing? Now the best thing about zero gravity is that everything continues to float in the air. Continues to float in the... They didn't see the distortion from the wire, did they? No? Okay, good. All right, Roger. While Gary's talking, just look busy, okay? Just do anything to... No, not that. What are you doing? No, stop. And it's a fly ball into left field and... Oh, the outfielder's distorted hand caught it. And here's the kick. And oh my God, it hits the back of the green screen. Look at that, folks. I don't know if he'll be able to recover from this. We might not see him again next season. Yes, this is NASA. We want to comment on the invisible sock that one of our astronauts had in a video. We invented invisible socks. What do you think you were doing with your billions of dollars every year?
Wearing green socks on a green screen.
And we also invented transparent astronauts. They can come and go as they please. Please keep sending us your billions of dollars.
And remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, oh yes they would. And remember, kids, the next time
China is putting gay chemicals in the vapes.
So this is the South African preacher that had everybody going crazy thinking that today was gonna be the rapture. Let's not talk about everybody that sold their cars, their houses, all their valuables because
I saw so many videos of people giving everything away.
But for the ones that quit their job, are they gonna be able to go back and get rehired? This right here. So this is
you probably get rehired. Why not?
So today had to have been the worst day of my life. The other day I sold my truck to get ready for the rapture. Then last night I gave away everything that was in my savings account. I woke up this morning and I was still here. I was severely disappointed and devastated. Then I had to fucking Uber to fucking work. I've been at my job for 25 years, and I have never in my life been late. It's the first time I've ever been late in my life to work. And my boss asked me, "Why are you late?" And I had to explain to him that I no longer had my truck, that I sold it. And he asked me, what was the reason? Why would you sell your truck? And I had to tell him that I sold it because I thought I was going to be taken.
I thought I was going to go to heaven.
And I had to come to fucking work. He fucking laughed at me. Told me I got some overtime for you.
I mean, I see this. It's so incredible.
I'll laugh
ding,
at him
ding,
too.
ding, 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 boom. Okay, Shin Boom, Star Wars. I mean, I see this, it's so incredible. Ding, 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 ding.
Hello, fellow American. This, you should vote. Me, I leave power. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Me, I'm hot. What? Taxes, they'll be lower. Son, the Democratic vote for me is right thing to do.
This is exactly how you should talk if you're going to be a president.
Hello, fellow American.
A new statue has appeared in Washington, D.C. this morning. This unknown artist
That's so funny.
is displaying this 12-foot bronze statue or artwork of Donald J. Trump holding hands with Jeffrey Epstein. But that's not all. Let's read the plaque, shall we? A new statue has appeared in Washington, D.C. this morning. This unknown artist
Oh man, that's
is
good.
displaying this 12-foot.
I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind, but I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
He's crying for his job.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram.
They forced him to do this.
Sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it. I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame.
He's a
any
well-trained
specific
actor.
group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say, and
you ever heard this story of Crows and Eagles? Let me read it to you. The only bird that dares to attack an eagle is a crow.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
The thinner the air becomes. The crow, it can't handle that altitude. Eventually the crow gas loses strength and falls apart. Not because the eagle attacked, but because the eagle attacked. Let the crows talk, let them attack. You don't have to respond. Just keep going on. They can't follow you further. The growth will suffocate their life. They don't engage. Wow. You ever heard this story of crows?
That's a pretty good one.
Machiavelli said, "Never play fair in a game where others are cheaters. Fairness is a weapon invented by the weak to restrain the strong. The man who clings to rules while others conspire against him is not noble. He is prey. In politics, in war, in power, the one who cheats first writes the law, and the law always favors the victor. To face treachery with honesty is to step into battle unarmed. If your rivals poison the well, you do not purify the water. You claim a sharper poison of your own. Morality is praised only after the crown is secured. Until then, survival belongs to the one who bends the rules, breaks them, and replaces them with his own. The history of rulers is not written by the fairest player, but by the one
He may have been a time traveler.
at any cost. And once you win, no one dares call it cheating. They call it strategy. Victory forgives all methods, and defeat justifies none. The world does not reward those who follow principles. It rewards those who understand when to abandon them. Machiavelli said, "Never play fair in a game where others are
real,
cheaters."
Real stuff right there.
Y'all seen this yet?
That's how
I
modern
guarantee
politics
it's one of
work.
the most eye-opening videos you've ever seen in your entire life. Watch.
In 160 seconds, you will decide how this story ends. This is a story about us, the indoor generation.
I'm already
A
bored.
generation that spends 90% of its life indoors.
Boo-hoo.
It all started the day we left nature behind. We filled our homes with lovely things and all the stuff we wanted. Our homes became places you would never want to leave. Artificial light replaced daylight, and we built our houses so that nothing could escape. We cooked and showered, breathed and played, slept and sweated. But we had closed ourselves in. To a point where nothing could get out.
Oh no, you still open a window. Like, you're not ridiculous.
So when the air turned bad inside, we tried fixing it with chemicals. And we put in little artificial suns everywhere to make the darkness bearable. That's when things started to happen. Hard to notice in the beginning.
I don't know, this is always ridiculous.
Some needed help. To sleep, to breathe, to not itch.
Because they didn't know how to open
Many
up a
of
window.
us even started to feel
I don't know
sad.
if I can understand it.
So we turned on happy lamps to make the sadness go away.
Just ask ChatGPT what to do.
Then, scientists discovered that the air inside our homes is up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside.
Yeah.
And that the lack of daylight can affect children's learning and increase blood pressure.
Again, because they
Turns
still know
out
how to
that
open up a
kids'
window.
rooms often have the highest
I'm
concentration
not really
of
sure where this
toxins in
video
the
is
house.
going though.
In fact, millions of homes are unhealthy to live in. They discovered that living in damp and moldy homes increased. And so, here we are. How the story ends is up to you, because it's not written yet.
Oh, okay. Open up your window. Dumb.
Are you fucking kidding me? A new bill has been filed in Oklahoma by, of course, Republicans, because I don't think there's more than like 4 Democrats in the entire state. And this bill says that every public university in the state must have a Charlie Kirk Memorial Plaza with a statue of Kirk in his
That's
name.
pretty good.
Here's part of what the bill actually says.
Well, if he really did get killed,
shall include permanent
then
signs
yes.
commemorating
And if it
Charlie
all was
Kirk's
just
courage
like
and faith,
a
and explaining
hologram,
the significance
then
of Charlie Kirk as
it makes
a voice of a
sense. So
generation,
either way,
modern civil rights.
I'm not gonna stand here, present some egghead scientific argument based on fact. I'm just a regular dude. I like to drink beer, you know, I love my family. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Charlie? He's got a point. No, he doesn't. What? You see, Charlie? These liberals are trying to assassinate my character. I can't change their mind. I won't change my mind, because I don't have to. Because I'm an American. I won't change my mind on anything, regardless of the facts that are set out before me. I'm dug
good
in,
stuff.
and I'll never change. I'm not gonna stand here, present.
There's a play going on, y'all. Just hear me out. There's a play. There's too much shit happening at one time. Somebody is trying to kick off martial law. Somebody is trying to lock this country down. Be careful what you ingest. Some of this shit is paid actors. Everybody keeps telling me that it's real. This young lady was stabbed to death on this train. But the shit that was fucking with me, how come none of them women went over and helped her after the dude got off the train? Do they see that shit every day? I mean, what the fuck was that about? That's what makes me feel like those were bought and paid for actors. If he's stabbing her in the neck, I didn't see no blood until she fell on the floor. Then there's a big old puddle of blood. Everybody that was on that train did nothing. They
didn't even look.
I'm telling you, we're being played. It's a movie. They trying to lock down this motherfucking country. Do not buy into the motherfucking bullshit. And if she is dead, my condolences to this young lady's family. But I'm quite sure she got him.
Something that may seem small to some, but very exciting to me. The most exciting thing I have found in my research for some time. Typically I share a different kind of research, as you all know, but this is my other passion, the law, and all the fraudulency that goes on within it. And how the more I study the law, the more I realize it is very beneficial to us. The only problem is we don't know it and we don't know our rights. And this allows us to be tricked and trapped by governments and corporations who understand the system well. And what we find is when somebody else understands the system and shows their understanding and knowledge to these groups engaged in lies, typically they back off, only because they realize you know the truth, and it's game over. And this is the greatest rabbit hole I've ever gone down before. It originally started with our social security number. And what is it, really? And I'm going to try to keep this short, just in case this recording doesn't take. But our social security number, again in short, seems to come down to a bank account. It is created at our birth, backed by our birth certificate, a certificate of stock. And once I realized this was a bank account, my very number, my unique social number, I naturally wanted access to this account. And I was watching a lot of different channels, many difficult to follow, and it was very early in this research and understanding. And again, this is just one branch of this very deep rabbit hole. But nonetheless, I continued my research and found that this was a actual bank account. And all that we needed was a routing number. And what was the routing number? Well, that was the routing number to the bank. Something that may seem small to some, but very exciting.
You guys, he's still alive. Earlier that day, a trapdoor was built directly underneath his tent. His tent measurements are 10 feet wide by 9 feet high. The
So was it a trapdoor or was it a hologram?
Directly behind him was an over $60,000
Was it
holographic
both?
projector. That's why his ring jumps from his fourth finger to his pinky in some videos, and chairs fall through the tables. And by the way, I used to hunt. The kind of bullet that hit him would have exploded his head off. His neck wouldn't have been able to stop it. You need to wake up. You're being harvested. You guys, he's still alive. Earlier that day, a trapdoor was built directly underneath his tent.
It's hard to believe, but videos
She's
from
right
the
about the
future
bullet,
have
though.
started appearing on the internet. The author of these videos calls himself the only survivor and goes by the name of Javier from Spain. Today, he has over 8 million followers. According to him, he is traveling through time and has been stranded in the year 2027, where he is the last person on Earth. It may seem like a joke or a prank, but what really stands out is the sight of vast cities with no one in them. He walks through empty streets, shows stadiums, hospitals, police stations, museums, and even airports. Everything is completely abandoned. At the request of subscribers, Javier has already visited the Vatican, the largest banks in Europe, the Eiffel Tower,
I've seen
and
some of
even
these
penetrated
videos,
into Zone
and
51.
I'm not really sure.
And every time, on every of his videos, there is not a...
I am gonna look more into this hologram thing, though.
But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. Well, not with, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person with that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that no, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time. Nothing is by coincidence, but nothing is by coincidence. Nothing is by coincidence when God is within you, okay?
afternoon, everyone. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed online that a lot of people are talking about why are these people allowed to be in this canopy? Why isn't this marked off and taped off as a crime scene? And why is this guy in the white shirt taking the most very important camera down? What you think is the most very important camera there, why is he taking it down? Well, here's why. Because it's not a crime scene. A crime didn't take place here, and that's not a camera. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to get a real good look at it as he's taking it down. Anybody figure out what it is yet? Okay, here's what it is. It's called a hologram projector. And if you don't believe me, you can go look them up online. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Usually $20,000 to $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for these things. And they come in different varieties. Now, Hollywood calls them hologram stage projectors. Now, you see how Charlie's little tent there is a perfect square? And as you can tell, it's 10 foot squared, 10 foot all the way around on each square, and it's about 9 foot tall. That's because it has to be for the projection to work. Now, let's explain.
For smaller spaces, the projectors can be configured with mirrors to elongate the projection path and maintain picture integrity. Eyeliner displays ideally require a minimum footprint of 10 feet square and a height of 9 feet to show full-size human figures. What you are seeing is a reflected image which is so true and realistic to the original, it has become known as a virtual image. Many people perceive what they are seeing now as a 3D hologram. In fact, it is a 21st century take on a mid-19th century visual effect known as Pepper's Ghost, showing now on the relay screens. Thanks in part to the amazing optical properties of the eyeliner foil, combined with the light and picture output of Christie Digital high-definition projectors, the image has depth and opacity that actually supersedes the scale and definition of traditional 3D hologram.
Like I said before,
this could be like a test if this works.
9 foot tall.
And
this canopy was made this size for a purpose because it is a hologram stage projection that you guys were watching.
These performers are holograms.
Every series, we take one step closer to achieving all of the sci-fi dreams.
It's pretty cool. You'll never have to miss a gig again. The gig can come to you.
We traveled to Paris to meet Ian O'Connell, director of the company that put this show on.
I recall we were being asked to produce a show from London to Florida where the interaction between the musicians and the audience would be as natural as two people being in the same room. And for all of us, it was an experience that we'll never forget.
So how do they beam this band in live?
It's incredible that this really is a remote live gig. The signal from London takes less than a third of a second to go all the way around the world and be projected as a hologram on the stage in the US. As well as the hologram making it feel like the band are actually in the room with the audience, the band can see the audience and actually interact and respond to what they're doing.
This is a whole new take on live music. But how are the images so good that it looks like the band are really on stage?
They look so lifelike because of the angle of the light and the reflective material called mylar that creates this holographic effect.
The mylar screen is semi-transparent. The reflective surface reflects the images where the light falls on it, but where the light doesn't fall on it, the audience can see through it. So it looks like there's a person standing on the stage and that there's no screen at all.
The projector receives the video signal and projects it down from the ceiling.
What I really love about this is that you get the effect of a 3D hologram without those stupid glasses.
I still believe we've only scratched the surface with this technology. I think we will see pop-up holograms everywhere.
That's it, the holograms are here. We're officially in the future.
Oh yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors. The world
100%.
is a stage, people. Get over it. You've been lied to. Now, I know a lot of you gonna say, well, Terry, if it was a hologram, how was he walking around passing out hats and talking to people? Because he was walking around passing out hats and talking to people. Only the assassination was a hologram. Here's what you're forgetting. You're forgetting about the trap door right by his feet underneath that little canopy there.
Boss, this is the place he got shot.
And they're paving over it.
This is the courtyard where it all happened. It's now open to the public again. There's lots of people coming here, placing flowers, cards, things like that. The university is already making some changes. They're replacing the grass where Charlie Kirk was speaking with pavers. And there are several petitions online asking the school to make this into a permanent memorial for Charlie Kirk.
You see, the trap door is the whole key. Yes, Charlie was passing out hats. Yes, Charlie was there. But when it was time for the hologram to come on, this is when Charlie went down into this little utility room or whatever this is underneath this trap door, or the stage area where he was sitting. Okay, the assassination took place with the hologram. And then if you notice, all the guys, when he supposedly falls to the ground, all the security guys surround him. You can't see nothing. They raise the trap door up. He comes out, and then they carry him to an SUV, not an ambulance, not anything like it would normally be, to the SUV without a trail of blood anywhere, because he never got shot. He was down in there the whole time. The hologram part of the assassination was taking place. It's really, really simple. It's complicated, but it's simple if you think about it common sensely. That's how Charlie was able to interact with the people there, because he could hear what they were saying and he could answer them and interact with them, just like the musicians from London to Florida.
It's incredible that this really is a remote live gig. The signal from London takes less than a third of a second to go all the way around the world and be
What you are seeing is a reflected image which is so true and realistic to the original, it has become known as a virtual image. Many people perceive what they are seeing now as a 3D hologram. In fact, it is a 21st century take on a mid-19th century visual effect known as Pepper's Ghost, showing now on the relay screens. Thanks in part to the amazing optical properties of the eyeliner foil, combined with the light and picture output of Christie Digital high-definition projectors, the image has depth and opacity that actually supersedes the scale and definition of traditional 3D hologram. What you are seeing is a reflected...
Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed online that a lot of people are talking about, why are these people allowed to be in this canopy? Why isn't this marked off and taped off as a crime scene? And why is this guy in the white shirt taking the most very important camera down? What do you think is the most very important camera there? Why is he taking it down? Well, here's why. Because it's not a crime scene. A crime didn't take place here, and that's not a camera. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to get a real good look at it as he's taking it down. Anybody figure out what it is yet? Okay, here's what it is. It's called a hologram projector. And if you don't believe me, you can go look them up online. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Usually 20 to 60, 70, $80,000 for these things. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed online.
Although, are we really together? Are we all together in this room?
Are we? I feel like we're connected in some way, but maybe.
For anyone watching, can you guess which one of us isn't really here? Welcome back!
I'm the one in Los Angeles.
I love being together.
All right, guys. So, welcome back to Truth Movement Cartel. So, you guys know from the very minute it was happening, I broke the hologram news and information and pictures and everything, and it's gone crazy viral. You know how it goes. I catch all the flack, and a week later, everybody comes in and tries to repeat, copy and paste. And let me tell you something, they're going to keep on copying and pasting because every day I find more nuggets. I have done research you know, that is just, I finally found what I was looking for, okay? So, you guys know I showed you the trap door. I found the trap door. I found them relocating the trap door, right? I showed you the guards with the triangulation on their phone, which is I know is a military type hologram connector, and I showed you the chair coming through the table. Everybody called me crazy. Now start looking at all the pages coming around this weekend. All of a sudden, they've all had a epiphany. But listen, it's nothing to joke about because listen, it's dead serious. These people have got fooled the masses as always, and they are going to be emboldened with religion behind them, and it is not going to be good. This is the end times, guys, and these people have been absolutely duped. And let me continue my investigation because you need to see. Behind me was the guy who ran up there and took down what most thought was a camera or the film, or the card. And that's absolutely what that isn't. You can take a good look at it. Look what I found online. I have found almost the exact one, and they're not cheap. The low ones, $40,000 up to $120,000. They're Hollywood, brand new holographic. They're called, now check this out. They're called Hollywood
She's supposedly watching the video.
you can see something go down into the back right-hand side of Charlie. So from this, looking at Google Earth and drawing a line from where I believe the shooter was,
there's a trapdoor right there.
His tent being set up in the middle of that triangle area, would appear that the shooter was up here somewhere. That's the angle that the bullet was coming down from.
That right there, that's the projection,
very important camera
or projector.
down. What you
They
think
take
is
that.
the most very important camera there. Why is he taking it down?
They probably take down
Well,
the screens. They take
here's
down
why. Because it's
the
not
projector.
A crime scene. A
They
crime
clean up
didn't
the
take
area.
place here, and that's not a camera. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to get a real good look at it as he's taking it down. Anybody figure out what it is yet? Okay, here's what it is. It's called a hologram projector, and if you don't believe me, you can go look them up online, and they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Usually 20 to 60.
This has got to be it right here.
$78,000 for these things, and they come in different varieties. Now Hollywood calls them hologram stage projectors. Now you see how Charlie's little tent there is a perfect square, and as you can tell, it's 10 foot squared, 10 foot all the way around on each square, and it's about 9 foot tall. That's
Good afternoon, everyone. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed online that a lot of people are talking about why are these people allowed to be in this canopy? Why isn't this marked off and taped off as a crime scene?
This one's an important one
and
right here.
why is this guy in the white shirt taking